Hello and good day. My name is Mike Wittig and this is a video on how to edit audio in Adobe Premiere for beginners. It's going to be a really quick and simple tutorial that will show you 3 different ways that you can adjust those settings. Now, what kind of things in audio do you want to adjust? It might be your dialogue, it might be your music, or it could be your sound effects or ambient sound. So we're going to set up our workspace now, and we're going to go to Window, Workspaces, and Editing. If it still looks cluttered, go back to Window, Workspaces, and go to Reset Saved Layout. That'll clean things up for you. Now when you're working with audio, you want to keep things organized. You have 3 layers, Audio 1, Audio 2, and Audio 3. And what you want to do is you want to put things on each layer. Audio 1, we're going to make that for our dialogue. I've already placed that in. If you wanted to change that name, you could right click on it and change the name. Audio 2 is music, and Audio 3 will be for sound effects. This is how you want to organize each thing on its own layer. That way you know where everything is and it's easy to find and change. This was my first time making a vlog, so it's not really done that well. I didn't use a mic and I didn't really plan what I was going to say. But it's what we've got to work with here, and I think it'll do just fine. Just don't be too hard on me because it was my first go at it. So I select all of my audio like this, and then I'm going to go to Window and open up my Essential Sound. Right away, because I have this selected, I'm presented with 4 categories: dialogue, music, sound effects, and ambience. We're going to select dialogue. Now when you implement the dialogue setting in yours, the loudness box might not be open in yours. It is on mine and my auto match was already selected. You'll know if it hasn't been because your levels will be all peaky. But once you click the auto match, everything will be fine. So what that does is it lets you match up all your different types of audio clips that are at different levels so they're at the same appropriate level for dialogue. So next, we're going to add some music. I'm going to drag this music clip in here that I've selected. I'm going to drag it right onto the music timeline. So for the music, we're going to go just like we did with dialogue. We're going to double click on the music, and that's going to open this panel over here, and we're going to select music. When you select the music, loudness may or may not be open. If auto match is set up already and highlighted, then you're good. Otherwise, you're going to have to press that to make sure that your music is at standard broadcast levels. That doesn't mean that it's going to be brought down to the appropriate levels to match your dialogue. That's something you're still going to have to fine tune because you don't want your music and dialogue competing with one another. Let's just see here.
For my daughter Lily's birthday. Both her and her mom did
So,
a volleyball tournament, so it's not.
You can hear that it's a little bit too loud. And then over here when the beat gets higher, it's probably even louder.
For her birthday on Tuesday. I have to be there.
And it is. So let's get started on our first method of changing the audio. So we're going to select our audio clip and we're going to open our effect controls here. We're going to drop down this little arrow so that we can see our levels. And let's just pick where we want to start out here. So I'm going to go right before the dialogue starts and I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to hit the keyframe toggle. Okay, so you can see that it's been placed right there on the clip and you can see it down here as well. So what I'm going to do now is going to move into just to where I start to talk, and then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to move the decibel level to -10. Now, -10 isn't always the standard. Sometimes I go to -27. It really depends on the song and what you're going for. So now, if you look down at the keyframes on the waveform here, you can see that the audio does go down. So here, let's hear.
I have to go pick up a desk that we bought for my daughter.
That's a little bit better. That's a bit better. So now let's go over here to where it gets louder again.
Go pick it up and then bringing it back and hiding it.
You hear it thumps because the song really kicks in there. So now I'm going to put another keyframe right here.
And then bringing it back.
And that's where we want to bring it down even farther. And I'm going to say, let's bring it to -13 and we'll see how that sounds.
And then bringing it back and hiding it for her.
I'm going to go even farther. And my first instinct is to just turn the volume down even more, but that would just create another keyframe and it would probably work in a slow ramp down, but let's just do it all in one step and go to -15 here. There we go. Here are the...
And then bringing it back and hiding it for her birthday on Tuesday.
All right, that's not bad. So then what we want to do is we want to go to the end of the clip. And I haven't got anything here, but let's just say I was going to continue on. It would be the end of the video where it'd have the title, or maybe I just want to go into B-roll, or in the actual vlog that I'm making, I'll go into the video starting. So I'm going to go right here,
Yeah, for a little bit.
right about there, and I'm going to put in another keyframe right there.
Well, most of us do.
And right there, we're going to bring it up to 0 decibels to the level that we started at, and that's where something will happen that's not me speaking. So here we go.
For a little bit. Well, most of us do.
And that's pretty good. Now I'm going to show you another method. So now we've cleared the keyframes and we're going to do this one more time another way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this magnifying glass and I'm just going to go into this area a little bit. Boom, there we are. So go back to my selection tool. And what I'm going to do is go right here on the audio level, on the audio layer, which I can always make bigger if I want to make the waveforms more visible. And I'm going to select right about here. I'm going to click holding the Command or Control on a PC and click on the timeline. And right here where I start talking, I'm going to click there with the Command or Control on a PC again. And I'm going to drag down, and I believe we said we were going to go to -10. -10. See how it goes a little bit past the numbers? I can hold the control button while I'm grabbing down and it goes slower. There we go. -10. I'm going to zoom out a bit using the minus button. And I'm going to go to where this area is. And I'm going to make another keyframe right here by holding the Command or Control on a PC and clicking on that line. Then right here where it goes up, I'm going to do the exact same thing again. I don't have to keep saying the same thing. And I don't have to drag on this. I'm going to drag on the line itself and drag it down to -15. It's doing its little hop thing, so I'm going to hold the control button again. There we are. And then we're going to go right to the end. Right about here, my words finish. Control click, Command click, and right there. And I'll bring this back up to 0. See if I can get it without holding the control. No, I'll hold the control. There we are. And we will just pull that out, test it out, see how it sounds. I know it's going to be awesome because
I have to go pick up a
it's not my first rodeo.
desk that we bought for my daughter Lily's birthday.
That's good.
Go pick it up and then bringing it back and hiding it for her birthday on Tuesday.
Okay, and then right at the end.
Because everybody likes looking at IKEA for a little bit. Well, most of us do.
And that's pretty good. Let's go on to the third version, which is pretty easy and pretty automatic. Okay, so it's like the audio has just been placed in the timeline and it's brand new. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select it and then go to Essential Audio and pick its role, which is music. Now, auto match has already been selected in the loudness category, so we don't need to adjust that. However, we still need to adjust the ramping. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna select ducking, and we're gonna make our sensitivity, we're gonna keep that at 6. Duck amount, let's go to -15. -15, and there we go. Sometimes this isn't available, and it's because this has somehow been deselected. So this is what we're ducking against. This is ducking against the dialogue. We could duck against another song, or we could duck against sound effects, or ambience, and then against any other thing. All right, I'm gonna hit generate keyframes, and I want you to watch how the audio of the music ramps down when the dialogue starts, and how it ramps back up afterwards, all on its own. Boom, it did that for us automatically. So let's hear how it sounds.
I have to go pick up a desk that we bought for my daughter
That was pretty good.
Lily's birthday. Both her and her mom, they're at...
And you know what? I even like it. I almost don't think we need to ramp it anymore over here like we did before. This might actually be the better way.
Pick it up and then bringing it back and hiding it for her birthday on Tuesday.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference though, right? I think we could still do it, and I would put it back to the way it was because I don't think it's too loud at this point.
Be there between.
Sounds good, but it might be a little too quiet over here.
Volleyball tournament. So
like we said before, right? So again, we would just control click here, control click here, and bring this up to 10. There we go. And now we have that sound again.
My daughter Lily's birthday. Go pick it up and then bringing it back and hiding it for her birthday.
So the bass definitely kicks in, but that's just part of the song, and the ending is like this.
Everybody likes looking at IKEA for a little bit. Well, most of us do.
That's pretty good. So let's say I wanted to adjust the distance between the ramps there. What I could do is go to adjust the fade duration, and that would make those fades a little bit wider. So watch them when I hit generate keyframes, and you'll see how they actually do grow. Yes, ever so slightly. But it did take away the adjustments that we made in the center. So keep in mind that whenever you generate keyframes, it does it to its default, and then you'll have to make those minor adjustments again. So make the keyframes first and then the adjustments. So there you have it. 3 ways to adjust audio in Adobe Premiere for beginners. I hope I didn't talk too much. I hope I didn't bore you, and I hope you learned something. Take care.